Okay. Happy holidays to each and every one. How y'all doing today? My name is Richard Clemens, and you are tuned in to the Richard Clemens Show on the TNC network. Today is Christmas. I had a very interesting Christmas. Right. So you think that you want to talk about certain things when you get on here, and you think that you are fired up to say certain things, you know what I mean, after things have transpired and they fresh in your mind, and you be like, oh yeah, I need to put this down right now. And you know, so this is what I was thinking about before I turn the mic on. Oh, but right at the same time, this is what I'm understanding, right? With great power comes great responsibility. So, I don't know, right? I don't know what it says. It says like, I have like 14 minutes of intelligible conversation. I don't know how it says, but like somehow that this system is telling me that I'm dumb or that I curse too much. I don't know how to break that down, right? Because it's not my forefront of thought at the moment. I was thinking about that earlier, so I had to get back to you on that. But what I was thinking about, right, is about like, you know, how you think that you want to say things, you know, but if you think about them, you know, something like if you take a moment to think about it, like you really don't want to say that shit, you know, like you really shouldn't be saying that type of stuff. And so I guess this is what I'm faced with right now, because of a lot of things, because it's Christmas. I mean, right, I'm giving y'all this episode. Imagine, right? Well, it's not even Christmas no more. It's the day after. It's my sister's birthday. Happy birthday to my sister, Rikia Shanti Clemens. It goes the other way around, but whatever. Her name Rikia. But, so it's the next day, you know, but I just left from where I was, you know what I mean? And like, different things go down, you know? So, right, right, this is why people talk about other people's business instead of their own, you know what I mean? Because like, where do you stop and where do you start, you know, about talking about the people that you know, you know, and about the things that's going on. Because I could go on with my sister type of situation, you know, that I brought up in a couple episodes, but can't do that, you know. And so you don't want to be tedious either, you know. Like, I haven't even picked up my notebook. It's gonna be right. My notebook is gonna be notorious. I'm telling you. Like, 'cause I just get over here and I get to talking shit, but like, I done wrote a whole bunch of stuff down already. Like, it's not like I don't have to get over here. I don't have to talk to y'all like this. This is what I be saying, like, the fourth wall and like talking too much. You know how many times I done talk myself out of pussy? You know, like, you just talk too much. Like, I was gonna give you this, but nah. I take it back. I don't give a fuck. But anyway, like, I probably don't even need my notes because I was thinking about, well, okay, you need the notes. But, shit. Okay, how do you incorporate the notes? You know what I mean? Right, it's segments, okay? Like, right, you stop right here, and then in about 2 minutes, I get this shit together, and then I start again. Alright, but anyway, so, gosh, I can't read this. What do that say? Say that, right. The title of this episode is like, just let's break this down. We about to break this shit down. Okay. All the smarty art niggas, you know what I'm saying? This is what they want to, like, they want to make it seem like it's a big conspiracy, like, white folks planning shit from the beginning. You know, like, as much as I like, Jordan Maxwell, right? Like, everybody always try to make it seem like they planned it from the beginning. They didn't plan it, okay? Like, they didn't plan this shit, you know? Like, y'all gotta understand, like, Europe is only so big, okay? And they basically got kicked out, okay? You know what I'm saying? Go the fuck over there, you know? Like, it's all about a hierarchy and things like that. So, it's like, we don't have enough room for you, you know what I'm saying? It's disease infested, okay? Europe was disease infested, okay? And they sent all them poor, disease-ridden people over here, okay? And then, you know, this is how they wiped out a lot of the indigenous people, you know, with diseases. You know, it wasn't a war. I'm saying, you won the war with your nasty ass. That's it. You know, like the Statue of Liberty says, give me your decrepit, give me your downtrodden, all that shit that the Statue of Liberty says embedded, you know what I mean, on the Statue of Liberty, where when you coming into this fucking country from Europe, you know what I mean, from that side, we're like, how many ways? There's more ways to get to this bitch than that. And so that way was for all the disease fucked up people, you know what I mean? Like, give me your disease, give me your decrepit, give me your downtrodden, give me your nothing people, you know what I'm saying? We make them something, you know? And that's where that shit come from, you know? People coming from nothing, got nothing. It wasn't no fucking plan, you know what I'm saying? They just wanted to get rid of people. They just wanted to get rid of them. And those people are already here, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't just the Indians, niggas, you know? We've been doing this shit forever. Think about it. Think about it. I used to love special ed. I was listening, right. I was watching a couple of his videos the other day. Like, right. Think about it. I am the magnificent. Right. I'm gonna start rushing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll be rushing, trying to fill time up, you know, and not make y'all cut me off because I haven't said something in the last 3 seconds. You know, like, you think about that type of stuff, you know, like, you're just doing it, you know, by yourself. Like, right. I wanted to ask all you smart motherfuckers, like, ain't nobody, cause, right, you don't get no comment. I be thinking like I'm special, like people supposed to be listening to me. So it's like nobody ever told me that I should just bring the damn light into the closet so I could see. See what I'm saying? Cause I be in the closet, but I can't see because it's dark. So I never thought about bringing, right. And I swear on my mama, that shit do not happen until I start recording. Who calls me? Who, you know what I'm saying? It don't happen. I swear, y'all. You know, it'd be like the Matrix type of shit. Right. When I get to talking about the Matrix, I ain't gonna stop. Like, there's a lot of shit. Like, you know, we still in the preliminary stage of me going all out on what I want to say. And like, I just right, I'm just getting comfortable. You know, I was thinking about it like, right, cause like some subjects or episodes already, cause I be listening to my shit cause I'm the only one listening to it. So it's like, if you actually hearing this shit and like I haven't erased it, think about like, think about the commitment that it takes for a nigga to actually to be saying this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then like you listen to that shit and you didn't erase it. Like, you actually let that go out. Yes, I did. So, with all that being said, let's get into today's topic. Oh yeah, I was gonna talk about something that I'm not gonna talk about. You know what I'm saying? Right? Cause I really don't give a fuck right now about that. So my notes say that right, it's about all the smarty art people. Alright, okay, so it's about Dr. Claude Anderson being on The Breakfast Club, right? And so, very, very smart man. And like, so, I stated earlier that I didn't want to be like a gossiper, or like, I inferred that as far as me, like, not wanting to be gossiping about other people's business, right? So, I think this is unavoidable, you know what I mean? If I don't have anything to talk about, because you have to pick something, you know what I mean? You can't, I don't know, like, right, I'm gonna get good enough, right, this is my whole point. I'm gonna get good enough to be able to talk about the shit that I wrote, you know what I mean? And like, that may go into other things that's been written, you know what I mean? But like, I want to get to the point where I talk about me and the shit that I wrote, because everything else is an opinion, you know what I mean? And like, I don't like talking about people. Like, I don't like giving my opinion. Well, right, I'm just saying I can't help it right now. I don't know what other subject matters, you know what I'm saying, that I supposed to be referring to. But like, Dr. Claude Anderson, right, he's a doctor. He's a Mr. Anderson. My name is Rich Matrix. You gotta understand these type of things. But this nigga name is Anderson, okay? Mr. Anderson. So we talking about the Matrix here. And so this man is 85 years old, okay? And then he said he's he tired of nobody standing up for black folks. You know what I mean? Like, right. I'm 47. Y'all understand? Like, and whatever. I ain't gonna talk about whatever. So, like, he 85. He tired of sitting on the sidelines, but he would never sitting on the sidelines. Actually, you know what I mean? Like, he was like the head of Department of Education for Florida for a long time. He worked in like a whole lot of different administrations and things like that, you know, appointed federal judges, you know, like all of this might have been in Florida. I don't know about that part. Right. I'm going to get better on saying when I say something, then that's what the fuck I mean. It's no, I don't know, because most times I do know, but for the fact that I don't be 100% sure, I don't say that, you know what I mean? So, like, whatever. So, my point is this. The man been important for a long time. It's like, I didn't just found out about him from, like, his recent Breakfast Club appearance, okay? So, you can look it up because it hasn't been that long, you know what I mean? Within the last 30 days, okay? So, the point is this, though, like, so he's on there talking, okay? And I agree with 90%, 95%, okay, of everything he say. Only thing that I don't agree with is that you can't, it's no fucking big conspiracy. They didn't come here with a fucking plan. That's all I'm trying to say. They didn't come here with a plan. All that smarty art shit, that hindsight. You know what I'm saying? It's hindsight. You know what I'm saying? You see the bigger picture after it happened already. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like, that's a gift in itself. You know what I mean? Because some people never see, you know what I'm saying? Like, even after they've been through all of this shit, you know what I mean? They still don't see the picture, you know? They don't see the bigger picture. So, all of that is fine. My point is that there's no big... Okay. I can't say it's no big conspiracy, okay? I can't say that with a clear conscience. But what I can say is that there's levels to the shit. You know what I mean? And if it's above your pay grade, don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? Do what you could do on your level. You know what I'm saying? Like, only you could prevent forest fires. You know what I mean? So, don't start a fucking fire, you know? Especially if you can't put it out, right? All of that type of stuff. Like, so, my only point is, okay, let me go to my notes. I apologize. Alright, so let's just break some shit down. Cause this was part of my notes. Alright, so, like, are we getting past the, part, let's see, Smarty Art, right? Dr. Anderson on the Breakfast Club, right? Oh, okay, so, alright, so on the Breakfast Club, Dr. Anderson was talking about how they systematically, you know what I'm saying, came to this country and did this and this and that. Like, it's all like systematic, you know what I'm saying? It's all planned out. Like, they knew all this stuff was going to happen. So this is what I want to say about that. Okay. Now, okay. So just by the dates that we have to work with, okay, like, just significant stuff, okay? I don't want to go all deep into things because it gets deeper. But, so, we take 1492, right? Columbus lands somewhere in the South Americas, right? Now, is South America or one of the islands down there, okay? Now, that's 1492, okay? Now, 1619, right? So they want to make a big deal about it being 1619, and they got a whole group about this shit, this stuff right. So like, when are they talking about like, what is my, did I even tell y'all yet that, did they say I have 14 minutes of intelligent conversation or intelligent speed? Right. I think it's like intelligent speed. So I am not talking, intelligibly enough at sufficient enough speed, you know what I'm saying, for them to calculate what I'm talking about, you know? So this is right. This is part of the reason that I only turned to my notes just now. I apologize because it was the part about me having to be more responsible. With great power comes great responsibility. And I told y'all that this was going to happen. You know what I mean? Like, it's, you know, it's like anything, you know what I mean? You can't keep talking about it, or, you know, like, if you're a real person, if you are, you know, like, you need to be pushed, or you need to be, right? We was having this conversation earlier about, shame, right? And I was thinking about, Game of Thrones, you know what I'm saying? Like, when they did Cersei, and she had to walk, you know, the mile of shame, or however that goes. And like, you know, and they shame, and they was bombing her with all type of things, and she had to walk naked through the whole city. You know what I'm saying? I said, shame works, you know, because we was having a conversation about, right, it's not the best conversation, okay? But the purpose serves the purpose, okay? So we're having a conversation about this guy that used to drink one type of beer. He used to drink fucking Country Time. I don't know, whatever. So I just noticed that he was drinking, and this is so petty, and I don't know why. I don't have better references, you know, at the time right now. So fuck y'all. But not really. I don't know what to say. But so, alright, he used to drink like this cheap beer, okay? And now he doesn't drink that cheap beer, okay? So my point to the conversation is about, we used to talk about him drinking that cheap beer, and we shamed him into not drinking that cheap beer anymore. So shame worked. And so now they were saying that it doesn't work, you know, right after. I don't even know if I got all of that out, you know what I mean? Cause it's not like you get to have you know, a complete conversation or a complete thought, you know, when you're dealing with your niggas in the hood and it's Christmas and we've been drinking, okay? So, you know, like, I didn't get all that out. You know, well, I'm assertive, so I got most of that out. But the whole point is, like, people didn't, you know, like, they said, okay, they were saying that shame doesn't work, you know what I mean? And all of the reasons that we are living in the Me Too movement, all that type of shit. Like, it didn't even go that deep because I don't deal with niggas that even think like that. But, like, if they was thinking about that, that's like, you know, like, me, right, like, I'm thinking about what you could think about, because if I'm on this side, then what are you thinking about on your side? You know, like, I don't really, it's like, I learned that you have to pick a side, and you have to, you know, you have to pick a side, and you have to be loyal, you know, And like, I understand white folks and Republicans, you know what I mean? And that don't mean that those are the same people, but I understand about picking a side, you know, and then you want to pick the side that you think that's going to win, you know? And so I've never been, I guess, on the side that was going to win, you know? I was always on the underdog side. Now, let me, all right. So now, if we going, all right, so Columbus, 1492, okay? Now, between 1492 and 1619, okay, is 127 years, okay? So, right, Columbus landed somewhere down in the South Americas, probably on an island somewhere, but I don't know. It don't matter. Okay. I mean, it matters because I'm trying to prove a point. So, somewhere down there in South America. Okay. So, Columbus discovered America in 1492. Okay. So now that was South America. All right. Now, 157 years later, right, the first people land on, somewhere around Virginia, the Carolinas, you know what I mean? Whatever. Okay? Because all these things, y'all just don't understand how tedious and bullshit this stuff is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know this stuff, and I apologize if I don't, like, I apologize, okay? Because, I don't know. Like, I can give you numbers and stuff like that, but like, the shit is still bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It's still bullshit. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, it don't, okay. This is what I'm trying to say, right? So, right, for 1492, okay, cause we talking about, this is a systematic, okay, I'm trying to tell you that it's not systematic, okay, but they trying to tell you that it's a systematic, put together, you know what I'm saying, from beginning to end, you know what I'm saying, all a conspiracy to fuck over the black man, right? And to destroy the black man and the black woman and all of that. Okay? So, from 1492 to 1619 was 127 years, okay, later. Now, 1776 is when they started, right, when they started the Revolutionary War, when they became independent, right? So, you know, I guess that was the first, what you would call, like, treasonous shit, you see what I'm saying? Because they belonged to another country. So, that was their first treasonous act, you know what I'm saying? Now, this is when they want to talk about slaves started, you know what I'm saying? 1619, you know what I'm saying? When they first started, when the first, pilgrims came over here, or no, it wasn't the pilgrims that came over here first. It was, another settlement that came before them. Okay. All of that bullshit. Like, niggas was already here. How about that? You know what I'm saying? Niggas was already here. Nobody, right. All that, it all happened. You know what I'm saying? It all happened. So now, right. So 1776 is the Revolutionary War. Now, cause I'm trying to do the math here, cause I did it. Cause, oh, I'm sorry. From 1619 to 1492 is 127 years. So 1492 to 1619 is 127 years later, okay? Cause we're talking about an ongoing conspiracy, you know what I'm saying, that was put together from beginning to end. So 1619, okay, 127 years later, right, is 1776 when they made the I'm confused. Right. Right. If I wrote it, if I spoke it like I wrote it, then it would make sense. And like I'm telling y'all, and I'm confusing myself. Fuck this shit. All right. So 1619. It says 127 years later is 1776. Okay. That's what the papers say. I wrote it, so it gotta be true, right? Then, right, they made a country 157 years later. No, alright, I'm fucking this all up. In 1861 is when the Civil War started in 1861. It lasted for 4 years. And then Reconstruction started. Alright, let me go back. Am I doing this right? It says, okay, Columbus landed in South America or some island down there in 1492. So 127 years later, in 1619, the first Europeans landed in America, somewhere around Virginia or South Carolina, as the popular belief is told. And so 127 years after 1619 and 1776, they declared a revolutionary war against the British. A 157 years later, after the Revolutionary War in 1861, the country went to war, brother against brother, civil war that lasted from 1861 to 1865. Reconstruction came after that. About 10 years later, there were black senators and black congressmen in the South Senate and the government. After that, they came up with something called the Jim Crow. Jim Crow separated but equal, meaning that the resources and the money doesn't go into your community any longer. People still did what they had to do. And like a testament to that, after the First World War, that I stated before, you guys need to watch The Watchmen TV show, HBO. Shout out to HBO. Allegedly, I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to say because I don't want nobody talking shit to me about nothing. But it tells about how black people can be self-sustained and how jealousy could stem from that, you know. So you will learn from that and you grow from that. You can't beat the system that you created, you know. Like I was just having this conversation today, actually. Like these niggas do not want to believe me about we live in a system that we created, you know what I mean? Like, right, that's what you would call hell, right? And like, I mean, like a whole lot of stuff happened today, you know. It's Christmas. It was Christmas yesterday. Today my sister's birthday, so it's not that. But yeah, like things, right? Things, and so part of the things that started today and things like y'all gotta understand, people don't like me. I swear to y'all don't understand. Motherfuckers do not like me, okay? And so my name is Richard Clemens. And so about about people not, damn it. Right, so we create the system. It took me a minute to get back to this point of thought, okay, because I've been listening to for a minute, like, what the hell was I talking about? But I was talking about a system that we created. Like, I wanted to talk about this, about we created the system, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's an African system, it's a Egyptian system. Like, I don't know what to tell y'all niggas, because like, y'all don't understand. Like, I try, like, I'm not just speaking to y'all. Like, the same shit that I'm speaking on this mic is the same things that I have told people in real life, and then they look at me like I'm crazy, you know what I mean? Like, I have to stop thinking about them and just think about like the people that haven't heard what I said, you know what I mean? And like, somebody, like, you haven't heard it, then it's new to you, you know? Like, I just be thinking about like rebuttals of what people have already tried to break down of what I said, you know? So like, you know, like, I'm on one level, I don't know what the fuck ever, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause me speaking to y'all is like, that shit take nuts. You know what I mean? So I'm like way far gone already. And so like now it's about responsibility and things about like my professionalism, right? Cause it's not about right. It's about clarifying and being actually right. I said before, it's like it's gonna force me into being a better person. Like, I was thinking about it like if you want a man to be better, you know what I'm saying, let him spend time with his daughter, you know, like, your mama and your girl that fucks you up. Your daughter reminds you, you know what I'm saying, of why, you know, y'all are still worth anything, you know, your daughter, you know, like, that's what a man needs, you know, his daughter, because your mama and your girl fucked you up, you know, and your daughter lets you know that they are all just girls, you know, and they basically all the same, you know, and there's nothing, you know, it's like, I don't know how the fuck do you know when it's a bad, like when you got a bad seed, you know? Like, y'all just don't understand. Y'all just don't get it, you know? And then, you know, like, y'all women know, like, when some of y'all is not, you know what I'm saying? But even her, right? But even the one that the women don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know how many girls I done got because they say that other girls don't like them? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I don't know what to say, you know, about that part. So I don't know, right? Gotta have an interest, you know what I'm saying? You gotta know an ending. You gotta know where you're gonna end before you start, you know? Can't just start some shit and don't know where you're gonna end with it. So I apologize about that. Like, I just be right talking, you know. But like, the thing about it is, right, and so if right, when y'all start paying attention, you know what I mean, like, you're gonna notice the differences. You know what I mean? Like, we're gonna get all the way right. You know, I don't have to curse. Profanity is my choice when I need to, but I'm going right. Because, like, what do they mean about me having 15 minutes of intelligible speed. Maybe it's speed, but I still think that goes to language and like how you are speaking, like, and like, what are they analytics picking up, because we were just talking about earlier about, damn it, what was I talking about? They analyze everything. I think we was talking about football or basketball or something like that, about how they analyze LeBron and Dwayne Wade, like, and they came around the same time, but Dwayne Wade did a year of college, LeBron didn't, right? And so, I think we was talking about the commercial about LeBron. Okay, right. So the commercial of LeBron talking about struggle, such. I don't know. Like, it's just the fact, right? And so, until one of my other hating ass niggas came along, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if you call this hating or not. I don't know what you call it. But the nigga, when he says he struggled about a struggle and about coming up, struggling and things like that. And all I could think about, coming from Cleveland, okay, he lived in Akron, okay, however that goes, but about, you've been getting taken care of since you was younger, you know what I'm saying? When you're 6 feet in 5th grade, you know what I mean? The white folks come to calling, and so I don't know what you mean about struggle. So now, there was an older dude there, right? And he's like, do you know LeBron? I'm like, nigga, he from Akron, I'm from Cleveland. Yeah, I know him, cause he being funny, right? And then he's like, he's like, why you hating? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm hating. It's just like, I don't know what the fuck you want to call it. It's like, it's not hating. You know what I'm saying? It's perception. I don't know how to say it. Like, I don't know how to say it because I just was listening to the words about struggle. It's like, you are not the poster child for struggle. That's all I want to say. So, the older dude, you know what I'm saying, was saying that I was hating, you know what I mean? And what did LeBron ever do to me? He did this, he did that. Now, we had to go on to other conversations about him. And like, only thing I would say, is that if he win another championship with LA, then they will have to give him the Jordan conversation for real. Cause they already given it to him, you know what I'm saying? Like, Kobe don't get it, Shaq don't get it, but like, LeBron gets it with 3 rings and 2 teams. Now, if he gets another one with 3 teams, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's something special. That means you are a leader, you know what I mean? And all those things that we complained about him all those years, about him not being a leader, you know what I mean? Then he has worked that out, and he has proven to be a general and a leader, you know what I mean? And that would be a real conversation, you know what I'm saying, about him being better than Jordan without the rings, you know what I mean? Because it all comes down to the rings right now, you know what I mean? But if you can do it with 3 teams, okay, and that would be very special, okay? That's not my point. My point, okay, what was I saying? I got notes, right? Alright. My notes is on the Civil War and shit. Right. Oh, and I was thinking about it, right? And so, Ray J was on Drink Champs, you know what I'm saying, like a couple weeks ago, however that goes, and he was talking about like, and like, so they get into the conversation and they forget the whole conversation they was talking about, and Ray J was talking about, oh, like, you know, it's cool, like, you know, we got ADD, you know what I mean? And like, it's the white dude, the Russian dude, there's AJ, the DJ dude, there's Nori's, you know what I'm saying, co-host, right? It's co-host. Like, he's the one to keep Nori on track because that nigga damn near retarded. You know what I mean? And so, like, just imagine, right, I don't have no fucking co-host. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So, I lose topics because if somebody was here to keep me on topic, you know what I'm saying, like, I would be blowing y'all mind. I promise you that. So, because, damn it, man. And like, I gotta stop and rewind it. And that's what I'm gonna do. Cause I can do that, right? So, Pop Baby. like, I can stop this. I just messed up my damn mic. Okay. So, okay. I be listening to myself. Like, and so, y'all do have to understand the fact that I choose to put this shit out however it comes out. You know what I mean? And so, like, presentation is everything. And, like, I would, like, get it right on the first try is my motto. Like, however it goes now, it don't matter. But, like, so, can I remember, about, damn it, I can't. Okay. Had to go back a couple of times. About LeBron and being taken care of the struggle. It was just about, right, a commercial. I apologize. It's just about him, about a commercial and about the struggle and how, it didn't resonate with me as far as it being real when, you know, you basically been taken care of your whole life. You know what I'm saying? It's not, I don't know, like, I'm from Cleveland, so y'all gotta understand, I'm from the land of the haters. You know what I'm saying? That's all the fuck I know. So, my nigga come over later on, right? And so, the older dude that I was seeing before was telling me that I was a hater and all of that. You know what I'm saying? If you listening to my side of what I said, then it would sound like that also. I can't put everything in context. But my thing is about this. So, my dude come over, right, bigger hater than me, you know what I'm saying? And he said the same thing that I said. Cause like, I just brought up the, like, it was just a commercial, right? And like, the commercial didn't even come on. But like, as soon as I said something about it, like, we were just talking about basketball. I promise you. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't even a thing, and it wasn't anything like significant on, you know, me trying to say something after the fact. So he brought it up on his own about however that led into the commercial. And he's like, man, that was some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, how he struggled. Like, and he just said the same thing I said. And this is like 2 hours later, you know what I mean? Like, it's Christmas, right? So it's like 5 games of NBA basketball today, you know what I mean? So it's been like a lot of basketball, a lot of discussions, you know what I mean? So I'm just paraphrasing 1 or 2 of them. But my point is that my dude saw the same shit that I saw. And it's like, I don't, you know, like, he might have different reasons for saying what he said than me, you know, but I just had, right. Oh, right. I ain't gonna talk about the elephant in the room right now. I don't feel like it, you know, but like, all of that shit go together too, you know. I guess that's all I wanted to say about that. Should I let y'all go because I didn't get down? Did I? Right. We're talking about conspiracies here. They're talking about how like Mr. Dr. Claude Anderson going to Breakfast Club, and like I just like he's one of the smartest people I ever heard. You know what I mean? And he has done significant things for people. I guess in the best of his capacity. You know. Cause he was the head of the whole Department of Education in Florida. You know what I'm saying? He worked for the government. He put people, you know, on, the, federal judge. You know what I'm saying? He appointed federal judges, you know. So he's nothing to mess with, you know. He's nothing not to listen to, you know. So, like I said before, I have indulged in this man's conversations and readings before, you know. I know about him a little bit. And so my whole point is about when you have people of this stature and reverence, and people listen to what you are saying, right? Like one day I might have an audience, right? So I have to be cognitive of what I speak, you know what I mean? And I'm trying to get that way because they said, right, 14 minutes. All right, I apologize. So, you know, when he speaks, you see what I'm saying? There are a certain number and a segment of people that will listen to him, you know what I mean? And I just don't like when our people speak about it being a big conspiracy, about it being planned from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers, okay, didn't plan this out from the beginning. You know what I mean? Now, okay, so, right, this might go back to part of the conversation I was having earlier about telling my dudes and stuff like that, about it being our system, you know what I'm saying? Like it being an African system, about it being an Egyptian system, you know what I mean? Like if you work in like telemarketing, sales and things like that, right? Or whatever. Like all y'all been called, you know what I'm saying, with a sales call and stuff like that. And so they call it a pyramid scheme and things like that. And so, you know what I'm saying, pyramid scheme, and saying like it works both ways, top to the bottom, bottom to the top. You see what I'm saying? Like it's an Egyptian system. It's on our dollar bills, you know what I mean? So they want to argue with me about, you know, like it not being our system or it being taken over, you know what I mean? Like the system that you created cannot be taken over, you know what I'm saying? It can be taken advantage of, right? But it can't be taken over, you know? And so, if the system has been taken advantage of, then you, the creator of the system, need to come up with a revision, you know? And like they always talking about, like, we have, two type of constitutions, you know what I mean? Like, amendments 1 through 12, right? And then you have amendments 13, 14, and 15, which primarily pertain to black people, you know? Like, those are the amendments that were laid down for us, you know, because the first 12 was fucked up, or however it goes, you know. And if we're going to live in a fair and balanced system, then the system has to be changed. So they did that 13, 14, 15, right? Because the system, because 1 through 12 was being used against them in the first place. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got the system from my grandmama, you know what I mean? You got the recipe from my grandmama, you know what I'm saying? And so you try to tell me, you know what I'm saying, you done took all the salt, all the flavor out the shit, and then you still trying to pass it off as my grandmama recipe, you know what I mean? No, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Salt, sugar, where the fuck ever belongs in it. Okay? Analogies, people. Analogies. You know what I'm saying? All of that flavor belongs in the fucking pot. You know what I mean? It's my grandmama's recipe. And so, from the time this country was born, you know what I'm saying? From the time they went from negotiating and needing us as advisors and then using us as tender, which is money. You know what I mean? Right? And we like the $100 bill. We like the $100 bill. You know what I mean? You had slaves all over this motherfucking country, all over this world, forever. Okay? So if you motherfuckers want to, contribute and, say that you've been slaves and all of that, okay? Because I understand now that I've been taught, you know what I'm saying, that, slavery is a status quote, you know what I'm saying? It's a status symbol, you know what I'm saying? Like, you motherfuckers proud to have been slaves. That's fine, okay? Alright? Just know, you know what I'm saying? You the $100 bill of slaves, you know what I'm saying? Okay? So you want to be that, you know what I'm saying? Cause I know you probably already think that anyway, you know what I'm saying? That's why they make money look so pretty now, you know what I mean? But, right, you the $100 bill of slaves, you know what I'm saying? So, where was I going with that? I don't know, alright? I ain't got no fucking co-host right now, it's just me. You know, right? All the other personalities are asleep. It's fucking Richard Clemens. Or it might be Minister G. Right? I'm on the Richard Clemens show. So let me finish my long ass. Alright, I've been going too far. So, Reconstruction. Okay? Alright. 1492 to 1690. To 1619 was 127 years. From 1619 to 1776 was 100 fucking 57 years. Okay. Now 1861 to 1865 was the Civil War. Reconstruction came roughly 10 years after that. It lasted for 10 years. So basically, they don't even want to count 10 years, but it was right after the Civil War. You know what I'm saying? Niggas took over for a minute, you know, and then some people chose to stay on the slave plantations and to save they former enslavers, you know what I mean? Because they was doing bad. Y'all gotta understand the compassion. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard being God. It's hard being God. Y'all don't get that part, you know what I mean? So, like, I don't, you know, like, we don't have to get down and we don't have to get up too much on ourselves, okay? We are all the above and the below. Now, so, right, in case y'all don't know, like, right, men, black men, okay, talking like men have been able to vote since Civil War ended, you know, and then probably like is stuff that I don't know, you know what I mean? I'm sure somewhere up north that there was niggas voting, you know, before the Civil War, okay, like, you know, like y'all, they just make y'all think that we haven't been a part of this shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, when you talk about we built it, like, y'all just say that we built it, but y'all don't say, you know what I mean? Right? The devil is in the details. God is in the details. You know what I'm saying? But, okay. So, right. We have been able to vote since the Civil War. Like, the Civil Rights Act in the 60s is about, like, they always gotta make the government, the only reason the government exists is to make sure the white folks don't go fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying? And the most time, they don't stop them unless they have to. Like, that's the best way. I don't know how to explain it, you know what I mean? Because the civil rights shit is about, you guys, you know what I'm saying? You guys asserting the rights that we already have, you know what I'm saying? To clarify to everybody that we have the fucking right to vote, that we have the right to do these certain things, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like, these, like, who raised you? You know what I'm saying? Like, who the fuck went to school? Like, you know what I'm saying? The Bill of Rights, the Constitution, all of this shit we was taught early on. So what the fuck, like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? You know, I don't understand. Like, what I read, is that, like, I didn't read what I read? You know? That didn't happen, or this don't apply? Like, made me understand, you know what I'm saying? Cause y'all, obviously, they talking about like, niggas are ignorant and niggas are dumb. Like, nigga, I went to the same school as all you motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? And I remember the Bill of Rights. I remember the Constitution. I remember these things. Like, why y'all don't remember these things? Like, why is it every time it's about some fucking knowledge, it's like, you niggas don't know this shit. Like, oh, you already know that we was, in the Congress, after the Civil War, and we, you know what I'm saying, we always, like, y'all, some people think that we just gained the right to vote. You know what I mean? So I don't understand, like, we need some type of universal education for black people, you know? Cause I don't understand. You know what I'm saying? I'm from Cleveland, Ohio, you know? So I don't understand, like, what people, cause, like, that's the disparity between, like, what we have been taught and, like, what we are learning. Because it's the basics. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not the most learned man in the world, you know? Like, I will refer to, like I said before, my topic today was supposed to be, you know what I'm saying, about Dr. Claude Anderson, you know, that was recently on the Breakfast Club, you know what I'm saying things, saying things better than me, you know, but, like, if we can't even start there, you know what I mean? Like, if we can't even start, like, at a even playing field about a basic understanding about, you know what I'm saying, like, what do we believe in? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I keep trying to get to, is like, what do we believe in? You know? It's like, cause we don't, you know what I'm saying, we are not being taught the same shit, so we all being mind fucked somewhere around here. You know what I mean? And I say, I be thinking I know all the answers, and I'm not gonna never back down from that part. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know what I'm saying, the answer is simple. It's the questions. You know what I'm saying? It's the fucked up questions, you know what I'm saying, that people will try to present to you, you know what I mean, that you supposed to come up with an answer, but there's an answer for it, you know what I mean? And I know all the answers, you know what I'm saying? If I gotta be ignorant with it, or I gotta be intelligent with it, but I can give you an answer, you know what I'm saying? But don't ask me no dumbass fucking questions. Right. And I'm gonna learn how to cut, right, cause it's getting serious, right? Because I already knew I was going, you know what I'm saying, right, one of my personalities wasn't going to last long, you know what I mean? It's like identity, right? Right, this is the systematic execution of who's going to survive in Richard Clemens' mind, you know? And I don't even think it's going to be Richard Clemens, you know? But that's above my pay grade. I'm going to let y'all go. I hope I got to most of what I wanted to say today. I mean, thrown in, right, salt and pepper on chitlins. No, I ain't gonna say that, cause I ain't talking shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be good. The thing about it is, right, I need more confidence in myself to be able to tell y'all what I really want to say, you know? Clarify, right? Just a little bit of salt and pepper, you know. Gotta throw a motherfucker and bitch in there one time or two, you know. But other than that, I can be good. I promise. Until next time, you have been tuned in to the Richard Clemens Show, and this is the TNC Network. And if you motherfuckers don't know, it's the holiday, and I've been drinking. So you should know that from the beginning of this broadcast. But it's over now. If you didn't know, now you know. Peace. Love y'all. Have a good happy holiday. Okay? And be nice. It don't cost nothing. Love you. Bye.